Other interesting business news, you have Nintendo profits dropping 55% as their sales, well, the sales kind of a little stalling as they wait for the Nintendo Switch 2, which I would say, interesting name. I mean, it is the second Switch, so it's about as creative as PlayStation, which at least is numerically makes sense. It's one of those things we got PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and presumably you have the 6 someday, where we have Microsoft Xbox, and they are terrible at naming with their nomenclature. Who knows what to call them these days? But let's hope they don't suffer from the Osborne effect, which is a fascinating business use case where there's a big computer company appropriately named after the Osborne computer, and they released a computer, and the general public saw it. A couple people started to buy it. However, within a very short period of time, they sent out like as an advertisement talking about the Osborne 2, and they were already in development, and it's going to be twice the memory, twice the capacity, twice the speed. And there's so much hype about the second one being so much better than the first one. Not enough people bought the first one, and the company actually went out of business. It's called the Osborne effect, and it's fascinating. Don't get me wrong, Nintendo is one of the most largest historically successful entertainment companies on the planet. So they're definitely not going out of business. Their odds of that are, I don't say zero, but very low. But yeah, it is. They started to talk about how the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out, and yeah, not too surprising. A lot of people are starting to put the brakes on maybe buying Nintendo Switch 1. Now, this is brought to us thanks to Jeffrey Moss, who's a writer over at Variety, which they say, quote, Nintendo profits down 55% as sales stall during the wait for the Switch 2. And there you see the Super Mario brother. They say, quote, in their fiscal Q1 2025 earnings report, the Japan-based video game, excuse me, giant reporting selling 2.1 million Switches. A console is now more than 7 years old, which, that is getting a little old in terms of console manufacturer duration. I think the PS2 had the longest lifetime. Also, PS2 was the most successful system in history by number of units sold. But enough ADHD business knowledge for now. They say that, quote, a console is now more than 7 years old, from April 1 to June 30th, down 46% year over year. The revenue for the quarter came in at, it's Japanese yen, so hold your horses. It was 246.6 billion yen, and the income was about, also known as 80.9 billion US fiat currency, just as good as Monopoly money, most might say. They say the quote, analysts had forecast revenue of 289.61 billion yen and income of 70.73 billion yen, according to the consensus provided by LSG, formerly Refined Tix. They say, quote, when Nintendo released its previous quarter results in May, Nintendo President Shutaro Fukamura, apologies if that's incorrectly, says, quote, we will make an announcement. Oh, yeah, this is, yeah, so, and this is why everyone's stalling, because this isn't a rumor, it's not speculation, it's straight from Nintendo. So it said, Nintendo President Shutaro said, we are, quote, we are making an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within the fiscal year, unquote. They said Nintendo's fiscal year runs April 1st to March 31st, meaning this announcement will occur in March 2025, according to Fukushira's statement. Since then, there's been no update about the Switch 2, and as Fukushira had warned would be the case, the Nintendo Direct presentation in June did not make mention of the device at all. But for the comment, they said, quote, for hardware, by continuing to convey the appeal of the Nintendo Switch, we try to not only put one system in every home, but several in every home, or even one for every person, unquote. Which, I mean, I have a couple friends with the Switch. I know they connect it to the TV, and you can have multiplayer, so you have little slider, little remotes that go on it. I mean, I guess their vision is, well, obviously it's known as a portable system as well. You can take it wherever you want. But yeah, I don't know about a home having more than one. As my dad would say, that's just excessive. They also say, quote, another objective is to continually release new offerings so more consumers will keep playing Nintendo Switch even longer. We can maximize hardware sales. For software, in addition to Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, which released in July, we have other titles planned for release, such as Emio, The Smiling Man, Famicom Detective Club, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which will be the only one they care about because that's like the one or there's like 3 titles that really Nintendo is known for. Obviously, you have Super Mario, you have Zelda, and I mean, for my childhood, you have Super Smash Brothers. So hopefully the sales don't stall too long. It's not great news for Nintendo or the investors or the employees because you have profits dwindling. It is fascinating that they have a concern about hardware sales when, again, historically speaking, video game manufacturers bleed money, aka they lose money on hardware manufacturing. I mean, I think PlayStation 2 lost a couple $1 billion on the actual hardware sales. Again, you make it up with the software sales because, again, if just by the very nature of the beast, software is infinitely more profitable than hardware. So it's interesting that Nintendo keeps trying to put a focus on the hardware for that. Now, Again, they're saying supposedly not even going to be an announcement for a year. But still, so many people speculating. Why not just start saving up now and then maybe buy the Switch later? I mean, personally, I haven't had a system since the cartridges. Well, no, I guess I did have PS2. It's been a little while, but I'm definitely not their core demographic for this, so it's not really something I'll be following too closely. But it is fascinating for business perspective that they let that, because again, it's good for short term, get some investors happy. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a new one, but it's way out in the future, so they might have got a good news flash in the pan, but when it comes to the average consumer, it's not great. But let me know, how much would you be willing to pay for the new Nintendo Switch 2 when it does debut, and how much better do you think it'll be? Do you think it'll be similar to the PlayStation where you have the PS2 Fat versus a Slim, or just break it down and give it more horsepower? Let me know in the comments. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button and tell your friends, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some direct feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.